Hello friends, welcome back. I'm Jacob. Last month I visited Dali in China. What surprised me most wasn't the lake or the mountains or that feelings of freedom that everybody talks about here. It was a tiny woman driving an illegal tuk-tuk, dodging drones and the law enforcement officers like she was in Fast and Furious. Today I'm going to share with you this authentic story so you can see the side that most tourists completely miss. Over the last few years, Dali has become super popular with young people who just want to escape city life in China. It's like a spiritual utopia. You've got a lazy sunshine, street artists and vendors on corners, and no one talks about KPIs or deadlines here. Some people even joke it's California. We stay at a hotel right by the entrance to Erhai Lake. That's where the local transportation yellow tuk-tuk come in. Everywhere you look, there are lined up to pick up tourists come and go. Some with fake flowers on the roof, some with good luck sticker inside, others with local ethnic minority embroidery decorations. From far away, honestly, they look like a noisy bunch of little minions. One evening after dinner, I casually asked a woman waiting with her bike how much for a ride to the Shizhou Old Town nearby. I remember she was small and skinny, maybe around my age, in a plain black jacket. She said 30. I bargained her down to 20 and pretend to leave, and then she laughed, "Fine, let's ride off the night anyway." And just like that, our totally unplanned night tour began. The road was dark with just a street light here and there. The stone pavement made the bike bump like crazy, but she handled it like a pro. Because of her weight, she had to stretch her arms like this, straight out to grab the handlebars. So her whole body forming this perfect arrow shape like this. She looked like she was riding a Harley. Honestly, it was kind of badass. Halfway through, I noticed her acting funny, looking left and right, leaning forward, squinting into the distance like a detective. Suddenly, she slowed down and called out to another driver just returned from the head. She whispered, "What's the situation ahead?" And they spoke quickly in the local Bai dialects, which I don't understand at all. I couldn't help asking, "What's going on? Is there a traffic jam ahead?" Then she said, "No, I'm just hiding from the law enforcement officers." That's when I realized these yellow tuk-tuk are not actually licensed. I thought they were official just because there are so many of them with same style, same colors. Then the lady started to tell me more. She said the officers sometimes hide very well. If you don't pay attention, they jump out from nowhere all of a sudden. So you gotta make sure all the alleys are safe. These officers now even use drones to catch us. I couldn't stop laughing, picturing this chase scene. Tuk-tuk racing in front, drones buzzing above, officers chasing behind, just like a budget of Fast and Furious. Dali drift. Basically, the drivers from this little underground network sharing info on where officers are hiding, when they are doing checks, even warning each other if drones are flying overhead. Then I asked, "What will happen if you get caught?" She said, "No big deal. There will be no fine. They will just take the vehicle for a month and give it back to you." Then she added, "That's why some families buy two or three. If one's gone, you just drive another." This is the time everybody in the vehicle break into laugh. She had such perfect timing, like a natural stand-up comedian. On the way back, I called her again. She told me more. Husband working far away. She takes care of the kids during the day. At night, when her mom can babysit, she sneaks out to do a couple of rides. Passing her house, her mom was already waiting at the door, asking when she'd come back. She just called out, "One more trip if I got lucky." Then off she went again. I watched her tail light bouncing in the dark alley like a stubborn little firefly. The next day, I called her again, asking her to take me to buy a local snack called Shizhou Baba. It was rainy and cold. She showed up carrying this huge blanket and lay it across the seat so it would feel softer and warmer. She also put down the plastic sheets on both sides of the tuk-tuk to block the wind and rain for us, and apologized because the bottom of the sheets was kind of broken, so they couldn't perfectly cover us. She took me to the local market, saying the most authentic Xizhou bread isn't sold in tourist shops. It's right here. She also recommended me to try the walnut roll too. It was so delicious. After she dropped me off at the hotel, she returned to the rain and wind immediately. As she drove away, that broken piece of plastic flapped in the wind, snapping loudly behind her, like a pair of tiny wings. In that moment, I realized the real gift of travel is people like her, with humor, resilience, and her way of living with such strength and warmth. Even on a tiny stage, you can still live loud and bright. Alright, thank you very much for watching. If you like hearing little stories like this from my travels, give me a like and hit subscribe, and let's keep exploring cool spots and interesting people together. See you in the next one.